Mensa, and I'm here to do a presentation on promotion models and initiative, models of health promotion. Summary of current models of health promotion. Different models have been used to guide health promotion, and these are the theoretical building block for programs, action plan, and projects in health interventions. This may vary greatly in terms of the dimension they focus on. That is from the individual psychological level to more micro social and political determination level. Key individual Key individual level models focus on cognition and psychology. Health Belief Model HBM, the model process that motivation to act regarding health is dependent upon belief. More precisely, the HBM proposes that behavior changes happen when a person perceives a high threat, high perceived substitutability and severity, and maintain strong efficiency in health action, high perceived benefit, low perceived barriers. Its essential engine is risk perception as the drive of found decision making. Transtheological model TTM into bracket stage of change. Whereas TTM de-emphasize the why and emphasize the how of intentional behavior changes, that is conceptual as a series of stages rather than a single event. It describes five cyclical stages of change: pretemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance that are driven by processes of change. Example: consciousness raising, stimulation, control. This model stresses the need to match interventions to readiness. Theory of planned behavior TPB. TPB connects belief to behaviors by suggesting that individual proximal determinant of behavior is the behavior intention. This intention is in its turn predicted by three constructs: the person attitude towards the behavior, subject normal, social pressure, and perceived behavior control. Self-efficiency. Key community ecological model focus on content and environment. Socio-ecological model SEM. The SEM goes beyond personal responsibility by recognizing that health is influenced at several levels of influence. These levels are the intrapersonal knowledge skills, interpersonal family social network, institutional school workplace, community, local environment, cultural values, and public policy, law, national regulations. Health promotion initiative grounded in CEMs are therefore multi-level and historic. The Ottawa Charter for Health Promotion, formulated as the first international conference on health promotion of the World Health Organization in 1986. This framework identified five key mechanisms for action aimed at creating health: build health public policy, create supportive environment, strengthen community action, develop personal skills, and reorient health services. It's frequently invoked as the philosophical underpinning for public health initiative around the world. 2. Comparison of two models: Health Belief Model HBM, Transtheoretical Model TTM. Future Health Belief Model HBM, and then Cognitive state planning, why an individual chooses a behavior at a specific point in time, rational choice based on perceived threat and efficiency. And then the transtheorical model TTM, temporal process, describing the dynamic non-linear progress of behavior changes over a period of weeks, months, or years. Motivational strategies utilize calls to action. Example, media campaigns.
Could you tell me what date it is today, please?
Or strategies utilize cues to action. Example, media campaign, physical warnings, and vivid information to increase perceived threat and benefit. Often utilize fear, appeal, or strong incentives. Process-oriented strategy, use processes of change. Example, counter conditioning stimulus control tailored to the individual current stage of readiness, focus on preventing relapse. Encouraging an unsure person to schedule a one-time preventive screening by emphasizing their susceptibility to condition and the immediate benefit of early detection. The important distinction is in the practical application. HBM is useful for initiating a discrete non-habitual behavior, whilst TTM is better suited to plan long-term behavior interventions such as addiction recovery or maintaining physical exercise where relapse is anticipated and need to be addressed. Evaluation of effectiveness. The most effective health promotion strategy leverage the strength of effectiveness. The most effective health promotion strategy leverage the strength of both individual and ecological model. Limitations of individual model HBM TTM. Despite their success in clinical and counseling setting, single module using fail at considering social determinants of health SDH. SDH encompass things such as SES, education, housing quality, and healthcare access. A person can be very motivated, have high TTM readiness, but not have safe place to be active or the money for healthy food. The solution will fall short. The approach may be determined as it blames the victim. Strength of ecological model SEM Ottawa Charter. These systems do perform well at addressing the SDH by targeting upstream determinants, population level benefit of CM focused intervention, including assuring that all children have access to free school lunch programs or enacting taxes on sugary drink. Politically difficult but sustainable are these policy and environmental changes. The most important aspect of health promotion. Synthesis. The best practice health promotion approach would help to work out why assist the mega host to work by addressing these barriers, and based on such understanding, scale up the implementation of working for transport in those environments. For instance, using a SOC or HBM-based effective individual component whilst continuing to address any resultant new social and system environment is not currently being addressed. Standalone SOCOD action behavior armed for their existing natural activism base. Section 2. Your health promotion initiative. aimed and objectives of the workplace wellness challenges. Selected initiative, the Workplace Wellness Challenge, WWC. Background, a multi-dimensional MD 6-month intervention for office workers targeted at decreasing occupational sedentary behavior by introducing sustainable lifestyle changes regarding the daily eating and physical activity habits, cardiovascular risk. Underpinning model, trans-theological model, TTM, supported by principle from the socio-ecological model. And then we have the description. To foster a sustainable culture of health and physical activity among employees, resulting in reduced company-wide health costs and long-term health risks associated with sedentary work. By the end of the month 80% of the participating employee will correctly identify their current stage of change, TTM, regarding their daily physical activity using a validated self-assessment. Self-assessment too. By the end of the month 6, 40% of employees currently in the contemplation stage will move in the action or maintenance stage, specifically by log at least 150 minutes of moderation intensity exercise per week for 4 consecutive weeks. Within the first 3 months, implement 2 company policies supporting health, including installing standing desks in 50% of office and dedicating a healthy food only areas in the subsidy content. And then when I come to the TTM connections, focus on embedding new behaviors, maintenance stage. Direct utilize the stage of change, construct to personalize all subsequent communications and interventions, measures movement through the stage applying process of change. Example, self-liberation, helping relationship to facilitate progression. Align with the CEMS, the CEM's organizational environments layer, reducing barriers to health behavior regardless of individual motivation. And the evaluation of the effectiveness of the initiative. The WWC is effective because it adheres to both behavior theory, TTM, and environmental modification, SCM. Effectiveness metrics, quantitative behavior shift tracked by the percentage of participants moving from contemplation preparation into action maintenance stage. Objective 2, health outcome measures through voluntary confident pre and post program health check. Example, reduction in average BMI, systolic blood pressure or cholesterol level. Organizational impact, documenting change in absenteeism rate, reduce health insurance premium if applicable, and employees utilize rate of new resource. Example, standing desks. Effectiveness, rational, quantitative, sustainability, the joint emphasis of TTM, personal skill development, and SCM, supportive environmental via policy, means that it is not only the initial enthusiasm of 6 months challenge which contributes to the new health habits, but also the physical workplace culture. Equity consideration. The fact that the program works is not enough. It needs to be assessed for equity. If the resources of Objective 3, DEX canteen are only available on the corporate main office. The program isn't for remote or field persons. One of the basic premises of the winning strategy is to match treatment to each employee group, improving public health. Evaluation of the contribution of the local health authority, LHA. Selected agency, the local health authority, LHA, a government of statutory authority responsible for regional public health activity. The LHA is organizational structure that underpins work to improve public health at the micro level of SEM, addressing complex systematic issues that are not reached by individual intervention. Micro level contribution policy and regulation is presented LHA's strongest contribution. They function as regulatory and advisory arm, setting up the environment to make health choice the easy route. Example, obesity prevention. Rather than relying on one eats less campaign, individual level, the LHA advocate for healthy public policy interventions such as zoning law mandating green space and bike path is new residential development, or working with elected leaders to raise taxes on unhealthy food. Organizational and community level function service coordination. The LHA provides for an organization network of preventative care service available and consistent throughout the service area. Example, communicable diseases management. They also help coordinate mass vaccination, monitor disease outbreak, and enforce sanitary regulations in public spaces. This prevent and protective work is saving lives directly and taking strains of acute care service. Individual level contributions, skill development. They ensure the delivery of high quality, free at point of use behavior modification program. Example, operating specialized clinic. Example, sexual health, smoking cessation, diabetes management that uses trained professionals to deliver evidence-based intervention guided by model like TTM, focusing on developing personal health skills and high efficacy. Overall effectiveness and rationale. The LHA role is critical because it tackles the upstream factor that led to health inequalities. They address poverty, infrastructure, and policy, the structural condition that disproportionately affect vulnerable population by creating supportive, safe, and regulated environment. The LHA creates a rising tide of health that lifts all groups, ensuring that individual level promotion efforts like workplace wellness challenge. Overall effectiveness and rationale. The function of the LHA is essential as it addresses the upstream causes of health inequality. They confront poverty, infrastructure, and policy that structural realities that falls disproportionately on vulnerable population. Through creating this supportive, safe, and regulated contents, the LHA engenders a tide of raising health that raise all boats. Mekla and Agurula 2015, guaranteeing that individual level promotion activity. Example, the workplace wellness challenge system. SEVA, do not swell to action like so many fruitless channel in times of needs. And below are my references. Thank you. contribution of the Local Health Authority, LHA. Selected agency,